Welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, so what are some of the things we can look for in organizations that are successfully engaging youth?
One thing that happened recently in Massachusetts, which was, we were a part of it, we were part of many organizations, is for Deval Patrick's sort of inaugural weekend. We helped to organize one young person from every community in Massachusetts. It turns out there's 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. And we know that now because it's Project 351. That's what this was. Now, it's a state in which you can actually wake up at 5 in the morning and be sort of together in Boston by 9:30, 10 o'clock, so it'd be harder in some states. It was a moving experience, really, really moving. To have all these young people, one person was nominated by every, in this case, superintendent. It was extremely diverse. They came together and did community service in 5 different places, obviously working alongside people they had never met before because they were one from every town, and then came together to process it with the governor himself, and he was really moving. They had a parent and a teacher from every school that came with them. It was electric of getting them together. And I was thinking, you know, this is something that I'm now talking about doing every year, not just tied to an inauguration. And if you think about, like, after 10 years in one state, you could have just a whole generation of young leaders. Because I do think at some point we have to talk a little bit about leadership and where that fits and how, because all of our programs, no matter what our size, you know, can only invest in so many. So leadership matters. And then the ripple effect that leaders have on the lives of the peers around them and their own families, and sort of that multiplier effect, I think, is important. And then, of course, we need much more diffuse strategies. But I thought it was a really fabulous model that I wonder if in some ways could be replicated in larger states and more expansive states.
I think that in terms of, I love the idea of doing more summits with youth from different programs together, because I'm sure if City Year's not in 351 towns, there are other organizations that are there working with young people. I was also thinking that if socially entrepreneurial nonprofits in general, however you want to term them, really made a deeper commitment to hiring their constituency after their constituency went through the program, you would see real differences in numbers. And I think that, you know, we have been able to find on a very small scale that we have, when we hire our students as full-time employees, they are the best role models in the world. And I think we have a diversity issue among leadership of many of our organizations. And I hope to someday retire and have built kids come up and take over for me.